And anyway, I'd like to welcome all of you here. And we'll begin. We're going to be announcing the finalists for the in the poetry and artistic works divisions. Our theme this year was Interwoven Destiny, protecting snow leopards to protect our planet. Our destiny is interwoven with that of our natural world. By working together with local communities to protect the snow leopard, a keystone species of the high mountain Central Asian ecosystem, we're helping to maintain biodiversity of animal and plant life, which is important for ecosystem health and stability. Also known as the third pole, this fragile ecosystem contains the third largest store of fresh water on the planet in the form of permanent ice. Melting ice feeds Asia's 10 largest rivers, providing water for drinking and irrigation to more than 1.3 billion people, approximately 20% of the world's population. It's one of our former winners, Contemplation by Sarah Stribling. The ecological significance of the snow leopard. The snow leopard plays an essential role in maintaining the balance of the high mountain ecosystem. By controlling population numbers of its herbivorous prey species, it helps to prevent overgrazing, which can result in erosion and ultimately degradation of the landscape. The presence of an apex predator, like the snow leopard, is thus essential in order to avoid these detrimental effects, not only on wildlife, but also on domestic animals and rural communities. It's another one of our winners from previous years, Chasing Snow. This was an oil painting from Jackie Lynn Walsh. The cultural significance of the snow leopard. Beyond protecting this great cat for its important ecological significance, we are also safeguarding a species that, through its cultural and spiritual link with humanity, provides us with the hope of a peaceful and enduring future. The snow leopard has long been regarded as a spiritual being and a source of spiritual power. It's seen as an overseer of the landscape, a guardian of the plants and animals that live within it, and a cultural symbol of strength and perseverance. This is another oil, Snow Leopard on the Mountain by Feng Yang from several years ago. Interconnectedness. As author and photographer Bjorn Pearson tells us, long before humans appeared, it was roaming the snow-capped ridges of the mountains, unmoved by human destruction and with wisdom reflecting in its iridescent blue-green eyes, it still patrols the ridges as it has done for so many centuries, watching over the world. And so we must do whatever we can to protect the snow leopard, not only because its presence ensures the stability of the high mountain ecosystem, but also because this mysterious cat in some way provides hope for humanity. When we save the snow leopard, we're not just saving a species from extinction, we are saving ourselves. And one of our models for all of our artistic works that you've submitted, this is a photograph taken in Nepal by photographer Tashi Argali. Amazing. We call him the snow leopard whisperer because he can get so close to them. I asked him one time, I said, "How do you do it?" He says, "Patience. I just wait and let them get comfortable with me." This year's judging panel, we have a new judge this year, a former contestant. Fiona Anderson joins the judging panel for the artwork division only. She is a small animal veterinarian living and practicing in Melbourne, Australia. Her pastel on a mission received the first grand prize artwork award. You've probably seen it. It's on our cards. But this is Fiona. Next, we have Ann Curtis. She joined the judging panel last year. She retired from a career in public health in 2016 and went on to become a writer. Primarily interested in poetry, she also writes essays and short stories. Her poems have been winners in the Leopard Conservancy's artwork and poetry contest over the past few years. Her interest in snow leopards in the Himalayas began when she spent a college semester studying in Nepal many years ago. She also volunteers at Wolf Haven International, a sanctuary for rescued wolves, where she shares her knowledge of wolves with children and adults. We're also welcoming back Monica DuCloud, who joined the judging panel last year. She has a master's degree in graphic communications and 30 plus years of experience in the design, advertising, printing, and digital communications fields. She was an art director for advertising and design firms in New York, Mexico City, and San Francisco. Her work's been published in Advertising Age magazine. If you've seen our new website that we launched last fall, she was the graphic designer for that website. Also, if you get anything in the mail from us, she designs our fall campaign mail outs. She does quite a bit of graphic work, design work for us. Her passion is wildlife conservation. She regularly participates in endangered species conservation efforts. For 14 years, she spent every Friday caring for sick, injured, or orphaned seal pups at the Marine Mammal Center in Northern California. In her free time, Monica pursues her addiction, the sport of dog agility, which she practices with her dog Leica. Then we have Margaret G. She's been on our panel since the beginning of our art and poetry contest. She hails from Sydney, Australia. Has worked in publishing for over 30 years, and for the last 25 years, she's been a literary agent, specializing in memoirs and other nonfiction works focusing on nature, Himalayan cultures, anthropology, history, animal welfare, and wellness. She represented us as our literary agent for the book Searching for the Snow Leopard, Guardian of the High Mountains. She's been, lucky her, she's been to Bhutan 8 times and traveled in Nepal, India, Burma, Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. She regularly attends the Jaipur Literature Festival and went on her first snow leopard expedition in 2019. Margaret returned to Ladakh to search for the gray ghost in January of 2023. She is our Australian ambassador. I know she had a trip planned for this past spring, but I don't think they went on it. I think it's been postponed till next year. But that's Margaret. Next, we have Carolyn McKenzie. She's the secretary on the Snow Leopard Conservancy's board of directors. She always wanted to be a wildlife biologist, and at age 20, she backpacked across Africa, India, and Middle East. She received her Master of Science degree in biophysics and a Bachelor of Science in zoology, both from University of California, Davis. Along the way, her direction changed from being a wildlife biologist, and instead she went into the field of health physics, from which she's recently retired after a 40-year career. Next, we have Darla Hillard, who I'm sure many of you are familiar with. Darla, together with husband Dr. Rodney Jackson, are the co-founders of the Snow Leopard Conservancy. Their continued work with rural communities led to the establishment of the Snow Leopard Conservancy in 2000 and the development of grassroots interventions, including predator-proof corrals, Himalayan homestays, and other economic incentives for transforming the snow leopard from a pest to a valuable asset in the eyes of the local people. Her book, which I bet a lot of you probably have, Vanishing Tracks, 4 Years Among the Snow Leopards of Nepal, is an extraordinary personal accounting of the hardships and successes of Dr. Jackson's landmark radio tracking study in Nepal. Darla has also written for Traveler's Tales, San Francisco, and Bay Nature magazines, was a contributor to the book Searching for the Snow Leopard, and was lead author for the chapter Environmental Education for Snow Leopard Conservation in the book Snow Leopards, published in 2016 to launch the Elsevier Press series Biodiversity of the World, Conservation from Genes to Landscape, which I kind of look at as the Bible of snow leopard knowledge. Darla served as the Conservancy's education director until her retirement a couple years ago, and now she continues as an advisor to the Land of Snow Leopard Network. And then there's me. I'm a wildlife conservation educator. I serve the Conservancy in an outreach capacity. I maintain our presence on social media, and I edit the digital newsletter. So if you get our newsletter, it's me who's laying it out. I was the administrator of the previous website, and I hosted an online program during the pandemic, Conservation Cat Chats. I handle our fundraising sales, so if you order a plush or a shirt, I'll be sending it to you. and I coordinate the contest. I was an instructor at the Nashville Zoo and developed and coordinated a junior zookeeper program for our local zoo here in the Quad Cities, Illinois. I created a multi-age snow leopard conservation program for the Conservancy, and I do continue to respond to student inquiries. I was the author, editor of the book Searching for the Snow Leopard, Guardian of the High Mountains. I started out with the Conservancy as an intern while I was completing my master's in liberal arts from Western Illinois University, and I was also doing a post-BA certificate program in zoo and aquarium studies that focused on conservation education and anthrozoology. And I received my bachelor's in biology, music, and elementary education from Augustana College in Rock Island. And that's our judging panel. The judging criteria this year hadn't changed from last year. Interpretation of the contest theme, portrayal of the beauty and strength of the snow leopard, creativity, uniqueness, and originality, and overall impression. And here we have the artwork finalists. Youth, 12 to 17. Essence of the Mountains, a crayon by Susan Colbert. And our artwork finalist, Youth 11 and Under. From Kuhu Kocher, who's been a longtime supporter of the contest, Streaking Striking Radiance, acrylics on jute bag. Both of our youth have been longtime supporters and participants in the contest. I wish we could see these in person, especially when they're clay sculptures, 3D. Beautiful. Congratulations, ladies. And now I won't be reading the poetry today. I will read it during the presentation of the winners, but I'll allow you time to read it for yourselves. This is Poetry Youth 11 and Under. This is called Contemporary Lanes, and it's from Kuhu Kacher. Fabulous. And now our poetry adult 18 and over. Our first finalist is Hope in Friction by Terry Feiser. And if I mispronounce your name, I'm so sorry. I wish our politicians could figure this out, blending cash and conservation. They don't seem to be able to do that. Great poem, Terry. Next, we have Spring Follows Winter by Emma Lee. Wonderful poem. And next, we have As Mountains Rise, John Watson. And he's in Scotland, so he emailed me this morning and said he wouldn't be able to join us. Great poem by John. Next, we have the ever elusive snow leopard in me. And Sean, if I mispronounce your name, I'm so sorry. Mukherjee? I love that, our shared journey. Beautiful. Congratulations. Our next finalist is from Glenn Kempf, Gray Shadow. And you know, that's so true. My feet may never take that trail that leads into the mountains pale. When I was involved with writing Searching for the Snow Leopard, all the contributors had been there, all of them, but me. And that's kind of how I feel. You know, my feet may never take that trail. Snowshine by Rhonda Varsane. It's our next finalist. And if someone didn't know what a snow leopard was from this poem, they certainly would know. Beautiful. Next, we have Niels, The Silent Call of Freedom. I believe Neil has been a supporter, participant of the contest for a while now, too. This poem pulls on my heart. Beautiful. Next, we have Ice Heart by Isabella de la Torre. Lovely. This is, I think, on 3 pages. It's The Summit by Sarah Mills. It's a dialogue between the snow leopard and me. And now we have our artwork finalists, adult, 18 and over. Between Prayers and Peaks, a soft pastel by Katrina Bry. She by Diane Saunders, a pastel on pastel matte. Next, we have After the Hunt, an acrylic on canvas by Ingeborg Says. Our next finalist is On the Edge by Jackie Lee, an oil on canvas. Literally and symbolically, this cat is on the edge. Reference photo by Jim Coddington. Next finalist is Quiet Conquest, Pastels and Pencils by Nadia Setter. Or, excuse me, Pastel Pencils. Our next finalist is Breath of Life, a pastel by Pat Schwab. Reference photo, Catherine Morgan. This finalist is entitled Mountain Vigil. It's colored pencils by Wendy Boland. Reference photo, Renee Schellenberg. Our next finalist is from Deborah Townsend, and it's acrylic on canvas. It's entitled Young Snow Leopard, A New Hope. Reference photo from Deborah. Next, we have a bond like no other, a soft pastel from Sophie Parkhill. Reference photo, Emmanuel Keller, from Wildlife Reference Photos for Artists. Snow leopard young stay with their mothers quite a while, 18 to 22 months, longer than any other big cat, except lions who live together in a pride. But it's probably because that they live in such a rugged and dangerous terrain, and takes a while to teach them. Fragility in the Gaze of Uncertainty. Colored Pencils, Oil, Wax Base, and Water Soluble by Tala Victoria Ong. Reference photo, Rikunau. Those eyes certainly grab you. Hypnotic. Very nice. Next, we have Ghost by Sophie Parkhill, a soft pastel. Reference photo was by the artist. Our next finalist is Little Snowy, an acrylic on canvas from Brigitte Brulé. Next, we have On the Hunt, an acrylic glaze on canvas from Dagmar Dawson. Reference photo, Marcel Langtham. Next, from Susan Levick, The Eyes, the Mind, compressed charcoal on paper. Susan is from Canada. Next, we have Protection, a pastel On velvet pastel paper from Catherine Marunas. Note the predator-proofed corral there. Our next finalist is from Sandy Mosier. It's called The Daydreamer. It's a pastel and suede mat board. Reference photo from Emmanuel Keller. We then have The Air We Breathe from Wendy Boland, a colored pencil. Reference photo Emmanuel Keller. Next from Anju Panwar Rajesh, we have Enjoy, Not Spoil My Ecological Serenity, a watercolor on cold pressed paper. Every time I look at this one, I see something I didn't notice before. It took me a while to see the W in the top of the mountain. And just now I noticed that in the right-hand corner it says Snow Leopard Conservancy Project. That's the first I'd seen that. Very cool. Next we have Jewel from Rosabelle, pastels on pastel matte paper. Reference photo from Tazi Brown. Our next finalist is from Ekaterina Drostinia, The Voice of Rocks and Winds, a soft pastel. Katerina has been competing in the contest since the very first one. She's very passionate about conservation, snow leopards. Next, we have Solitaire, a pastel on pastel matte paper from Rosabelle. Another beautiful painting that the eyes grab you. And then we have The Watchers from Marcia Scott, a soft pastel on pastel matte. Reference photo, Jim Young. Then we have a watercolor from Jasmine Hobeck. It's called The Summit Sentinel. Reference photo from Matthias Poland. We then have Don't Let the Snow Leopard Disappear, pencils, colored pencils, and watercolors from Rhonda Varsane. And these have all already gone out to the judges. They're in their hands. They have till the end of the month to make their decisions. The Rest Between, a watercolor from Jasmine Holbeck. The winners will be announced on Saturday, September 6th, and the time is yet to be determined. I'll send you out an email and it'll also be in social media. This finalist is called Peering Into Tomorrow, a charcoal and colored pencil on paper from Deepti Jain. This little cub is learning how to stalk. Taking a look at the chat real quick. Yes, Susan, they are gorgeous, aren't they? And Terry, the entries are spectacular. I don't envy the judges, she said. Next, we have The Guardian of the Mountain, a polychromos colored pencil from Ariel Castro. Cute. You know, it is true. Snow leopards are not just black and white. Uh, they have a light reflective fur. So if the rocks around them are more yellowish tinge, and of course they are related to a leopard, so they're they can be a cream color, a golden color, but their fur also does pick up the shades of the rocks around them. There's a lot of lavenders, purples, gold in the rocks. This is Stalking Supper by Catherine Marunas, pastels on pastel mat. I wish we could see these in person to see the texture. Next, we have Hunting in a Snowstorm, an acrylic on canvas from Ingeborg Says. That looks like that's some snowstorm. And now, our digital drawings. This is from Carla Marquez, Ghost Sighted. These are amazing, these digital drawings. I have no idea how to do them. Next, we have Interwoven Destiny from Lori Prindle. This is fabulous. You see the sun and the earth and then the mountains down in the lower right corner. And once again, the eyes. Very nice. And our last digital drawing, Snow Leopard Saved Your Memory Forever by Aju Panwar Rajesh. Aju has been a participant for several years now. I think from almost from the, well, maybe not the first year, but at least the last 4 or 5. Snow Leopard Saved Your Memory Forever. Now we move into our combination media. This is Eyes of the Eternal Web. It's an oil on gallery wrap canvas, and then it's highlighted with digital software from Dr. Priyanjali Banerjee. I love the color of this one. So brilliant this year. So many of these are just, oh, they're all gorgeous, but good use of color this year. Ghost of the Mountain from Marcia Civic. Marcia's from California. She isn't able to join us this morning. And this is our first time for tattoo art. Amazing. It's called Snow Leopard Forever Connected. The artist is Kevin Florian Labuda. And the canvas is Raphael Malarchik. He said that about 8 years ago, he started having endangered species tattooed all over. And he said, but the animal that he feels most connected to is the snow leopard. So he said, 8 painful hours later, there is his art. And then we have Silent Watcher, which is fiber art, quilted, and raw edge applique from Tina Freudenberger. Reference photo, Sasha Finesca. And then another superb use of color, Whispers of the Himalayas. A collage made of sculpture paste, gloss gel, wood scrapings, clay, sand, linen fabric, wet wipes, which I never would have thought of, alcohol, inks, spray paint, and oils on gallery wrapped canvas from Dr. Priyanjali Banerjee. Amazing. Another one I would like to see in person. We had a collage last year from a youth that was spectacular. These certainly are unique. Next, we have Dreams from Dina Leonova. Dina has been one of our contestants for several years. And this is made from plasticine. So this is sculpture on a flat surface. This is beautiful. Another one I would really love to see in person. Gorgeous. Color. And then this is a very interesting entry this year, very different from what we've seen before. It's from Maria Gomez. It's beading. It's called Snowfall Symphony, Beads of Bhutan. And we do have narratives for most of these, which will be included on the with the winners. But she said that even the placement of the beads to make it harmonious is important. It's part of her Native American culture. Beautiful. And then this is called Layers of the Dialogue. This is Erica Gabor submitted a concrete relief last year that was gorgeous. And this is, I believe, her second entry of concrete relief this year. Snow leopard looking down into the valley. Amazing. And a good photograph too, with the shadow. Very nice. And that's it, guys. I'll see you at the award presentation. Thank you so much for joining us today.